Now recording.
Thank you.
Yeah, loan a stripper pole.
Yes. Alrighty. So,
Peachy keen after hours.
basically. Last time on the Adventures of the Peachy Keen, you guys had further spoken to Yara about the whereabouts of Vyri's parents and delved into that conversation a little bit, in which Vyri did not really want to talk about it, but this is whatever. There was also a moment where Ven had actually meditated with Mira to help her sort through her grief of losing her adopted mother and brother, and it was a very sweet moment. It was very wonderful. And there was a little bit more talks with Yara. There's talks amongst the group before everyone realized that Vyri had kind of gone off. And we ended it with Vyri coming face to face to none other than Varo, her biological father.
Sorry.
I love that you did that. Oh, that's my favorite thing in the world. So yeah, we have just picked it up with you introducing yourself to him and him kind of realizing that your name is the name of his kid.
I never said my name.
I
don't think. I have not said my name yet. I said I'm a Jedi.
Yeah, he never said that.
I'm trying to remember the last... there's a way I phrased
he asked,
it.
like, do you know someone named Vyri? But he didn't say.
Yeah, I think I said
Was that?
yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. This week's been weird.
I think it's like, I'm a Jedi, why the hell do you care? I was like, do you know someone named Vyri or something?
Oh, yeah. And then it cut off with him saying that was the name of my kid.
Yep.
And that's where we cut off. So...
Sorry.
Yes, exactly that. Precisely that. So yeah, he just kind of looks at you after he says that, and he looks very wary, on edge. Like, you get the feeling that if you don't watch what you say in the next few sentences, it might not go very well.
And you see Vyri, her hood's still up a little bit, covering her face. You just hear a sigh, and you just see her, like, she does this, like, she's never done this before, but she does a hand wave and says, "You want to welcome me inside and offer me a drink and talk." And she just does, like, a hand wave and tries to do, like, a mind trick on him.
Okay. Which,
assuming it doesn't work, since he doesn't.
Yeah. You see him just cross his arms, and, like, he now has his shoulder against the door, holding it open. And he just crosses his arms over his chest and just looks at you, and his brow kind of quirks up, and he goes, "You really think that shit's gonna work on me?"
Sorry.
Targaryen, mind tricks don't work on
God
me.
damn it, honey!
Only money.
I knew it!
No money, no parts,
No deal!
No one else is gonna have a T-46 hyperdrive, I promise you that.
I made sure of it.
You have really loud neighbors, dude. You need to move to a more solitary place. Maybe you didn't hear me. You want to let me inside and offer me a drink? And she, like, does it even more forcefully.
This is like the dead of night, right?
You just hear him, like, I think that's how it works.
Again, he just looks at you. And you kind of see, like, the flicker of a smirk on his face before he really quickly pulls it back together. Before he goes, "That shit doesn't work on me."
You don't need to laugh about it. Why not? Why doesn't it work? Do you know the Force?
In a way.
Well, are you gonna let me in or not? Don't you want to know about Vyri?
He gives you a once-over before he just kind of sighs with resignation. He uncrosses his arms and steps back and holds the door open. And you can walk under his arm if you wanted.
Yep.
Yeah, he's like 6 feet tall. He could easily do it.
He big guy. And he just watches you go under his arm and kind of sighs and looks out at the escape of Nar Shaddaa and goes, "Come on in," and shuts the door.
Thank you. Jeez. Jedi at your door and you don't let them in. A little rude, don't you think?
You're lucky I didn't meet you with a blaster. It's Nar Shaddaa, kid.
I'm not a kid. Most planets, I'm a full-on adult.
Most planets.
Uh-huh. And you walk in, and as you're looking around, it's definitely the vibe of a bachelor pad. He has, like, some furniture, but it's
like
not
a nice one, because he has a lot of credits, right?
It's alright. It's
Or has he
alright.
squandered it?
You don't know. You have no idea.
I know. I want to know.
I guess a stripper pole in one corner.
It's okay, like, I'm
Ship
feeling your
supports
pain.
in your apartment. It's really weird. Anyways, it stinks in here. You really need to clean up this place. Anyways, so what do you know about Vyri?
I'm sorry. Rob sigh. I was trying not to call you out, but alright.
Yeah, sure.
I love you.
I feel attacked. I feel attacked.
Just remember that I love you. Anyway, you say that Vyri, and he just kind of gives you another look, and he goes, "Again, it's Nar Shaddaa. That's common here." Anyway, he just kind of walks over to the fridge and kind of opens it, and you see him look inside, look back over at you, look back inside, and he grabs like 2 things of water. But you can see there's like beer in there before he shuts the door.
She force pulls a beer to her.
Are you old enough to drink that?
She awkwardly uses the force to pop the cap. Like, yeah. And then takes a sip of it. Like hides a face. I mean, at least have some good shit. Ugh. And then downs it. I have nerves.
You're already out of nerves.
He just looks at the waters in his hand and just sighs. And you get this, what the fuck is going on vibe from him before he just kind of puts one up, but actually puts both of them up and walks back over to you and he goes, "Alright, what the hell do you know about Vyri?"
Well, I know her pretty well. And she's doing great now. But before I tell you important information in relation to her, not related to her, but like in relation to her, about her. Anyways, why are you on Nar Shaddaa, huh? Why aren't you on Coruscant where I met her, huh?
He's just giving you this look before he...
I'm a Jedi investigator, okay? I have to make sure before I indulge very important information to you that you are trustworthy, okay?
Uh-huh.
Why would she be? I know, it's just really funny.
No subtlety whatsoever.
None at all.
Why do you think I
Just
wanted to go alone?
sometimes I think she's learned, and then sometimes.
Oh.
Nope.
And then there's
Why do you think I
moments
had her
like
go
this.
alone so she could be like this? I didn't want it to be all proper and shit with y'all around.
Oh my god, Seb would have been dying if he saw this side of Vyri.
Oh, it's great. Poor Varo. He's just like, first of all, she's alive.
Of course she is. Why wouldn't she be? I mean, not that you care.
He gives you a cold glare before he goes, of course I care.
Okay, hold up. Alright, I'm about to ban you. Helicopter blade over reverse grip?
Okay,
Bitch,
pause.
please.
Hold on.
Bitch, please.
Y'all!
Anyways,
Children.
back in Vyri mode.
Children.
Sorry. I mean,
that never left
we will be
yeah.
timing out people that say this today.
God
Anyways.
damn it, Lit.
Vyri just had a text message from someone and was like, man. Anyways, sorry, what did you say? I got distracted. Someone sent me a very stupid text. It was wrong and infactual about the trip.
And I agree.
He repeats himself and he says, of course I care about my kid. She's all I've got left of her mother.
Is she here too? I usually do these interviews with both mother and fathers present, so it's just protocol. If you could please call her here as well.
If you got a direct line to the afterlife, then yeah, I can call her.
Oh. I could also.
His expression kind of softens and he just nods.
Wow, what happened to her? If I can ask.
She, got killed. But doesn't matter now.
Shit. Sorry.
Again, you get a sharp glare, and you kind of get the feeling he doesn't want to talk about it. That he doesn't like to talk about it.
Understandable. I mean, for someone to... Never mind. That'd be rude. You see her collect herself a little bit.
Okay.
Well. So, you're the only thing left in relation to her?
Yeah.
Why'd you think she was dead, then?
Because she was taken from me and I couldn't find her. And after years of searching, you kind of figure the one you're looking for is dead.
That's what happens when you gamble things away and you're in debt and have your kids taken from you and they get stuck in an orphanage on planets far away from you.
He just frowns at you and he goes, I never gambled away my child. She was taken from me by some piece of shit slavers.
Insight check by Vyri. Even though Michael already knows the answer.
I was gonna say, Michael knows it already.
It's like, really, Mike?
He doesn't.
Okay,
Nah,
roll
I
me
don't-
a perception check, motherfucker.
Yeah, I want to see if Vyri believes it or not.
I find this hilarious because technically Michael does know what happened to Vyri because of the fact because he plays the character also.
Damn it, why do I want to say 70-100? What is it, 76, right? Yeah,
Yes, it's D6.
it's the 4.
It's
Sorry, I was
D6.
I was looking into Anima Beyond Fantasy the other day and my brain's on D100.
Your brain is just derp. Got it.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
I'm right.
Spoiler alert, he's telling the truth.
Yeah.
What What? No.
They gasp!
We already know.
Angie.
Gasps in Spanish.
Silent. How dare you guys? Okay.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Oh.
Oh. Well. I guess the information I had on this file was, and there's a small crack as she's like turning her face away, was slightly impactful. The beer sucks. It's getting to me. Anyways, so what do you mean slavers took her? Who?
Some prick out there who goes by the governor.
You're like react right away. Son of a. I'm very familiar with him. He's also on our files. Huh. Doesn't make sense.
What doesn't make sense?
Well, because I was, she made it to Coruscant, not to wherever the governor's at.
You see his brows raise at that. And he looks you over before he looks dead at your face and goes, "Lower your hood, kid."
For identity's sake, it would be better. It would be better if it did.
Your hood.
He has force abilities, just reminding you.
You do what?
I wave.
He has force abilities.
I wave. She waves her hand. You don't need to see my face.
He raises his brow and
Thinking that it worked, that she somehow got inside the first time she used it.
Jesus. He raises his brow before he just lifts a hand and kind of flicks a wrist, and your hood goes back.
And then it's like her face is clear, and then she like puts the hood back up real quick.
And then he flicks again, and this time your hood is pulled back, and you feel like a force of it pressed against your back, so you can't lift it back up. And he just stares.
I just being a bit.
He just kind of stares at your face. And he goes, "Son of a bitch. You look just like her."
Yeah. So what about it?
So your mother does live on.
What do you mean? Said she died. I mean, Vyri's mom died.
Just tries to salvage the act.
I know, right? He kind of scoffs and he goes, "You can't fool me, kid. You look just like your mother."
I never said that my name is Vyri or that I'm your daughter. Just saying. You can believe what you want.
You've slipped up 7 times now.
Ah, damn it! She just goes to sit down somewhere. I knew I should have brought Ben with me.
You should have brought literally anyone with you.
Anybody would have been better than that. You feel like the force kind of lift up from your hood and his hand lowers and he just kind of watches you.
So you do know the Force.
Yeah. I know the force.
So Force user? Or are you a Jedi? Or something else?
User. Jedi, not so much.
She reaches out with the Force. Does she feel like... You know how she can like sense the aura off of other people? Can she sense any sort of aura off of him?
He is gray leaning light side.
Oh, like flickers into the dark?
There are some flickers into the darkness, but he's more leaning towards the light.
So it's like Revan, but on a lesser scale.
Precisely.
Cool. Alright. Do you have a lightsaber? Sorry. It's just a weird thing to ask.
That is a very thing to ask.
It's kind of rude, but just be weird.
And I know the answer.
I just want to see.
May I describe it if he does show it?
He looks you over, Vyri, before he pulls out his saber. And Silent, if you would do the honors of describing it.
So, you're probably expecting a hilt. There is no hilt. It is actually gauntlets that he is wearing, and when he ignites it, you see saber blades come out from the top of the hand right over the knuckle.
Cool.
Hell yeah. And it's orange.
And
It's more like a big triangle that kind of comes to a point like a hip blade.
yeah.
Oh, that's really cool. I mean, adequate. So,
I think it's fucking
Very-
awesome.
short-handed in defense, I could probably easily hit you from afar if I wanted to.
Kid, you can't even mess with my mind. But I like your spirit.
That's because I didn't know you knew the Force. If you didn't, you'd be putty in my hand. Gosh.
Not
You
always.
have any free spa trips I've gotten? Could
Been
have gotten.
messing with those of weak minds.
No, I leave money. But
Yep, you're my kid. You're
could.
definitely my kid.
Wait, so can we just backtrack for a second? She messes with people's minds to get the free thing, but then she leaves money on the counter of how much it would be normally.
It's so much
She
fun
feels
to
Basically,
do.
yeah.
She just does it for the fun of it. But
Oh my gosh, that's so
It's so
funny.
good. It's so good.
I didn't expect that today.
I didn't expect anything that's happened today, so, you know.
Master General.
Jesus.
She bans another text to her data pad.
Love it.
But why didn't... I mean, if you have the Force, why don't you come find me if you thought the governor had me?
I tried, but apparently the governor didn't get you.
Well, there were other slaves that he had. Why didn't you free them?
Because at the moment, all I cared about was my daughter.
Yeah, well, there were really good people that grew up under his control that you could have saved.
I know. Trust me. I know. I fucked up.
Yeah, you did, because you didn't even check the fucking capital of the galaxy. Sorry.
You were on Coruscant?
Yeah.
How the fuck did you get to Coruscant?
I don't even know. That's why I'm here talking to you.
Well, I don't fucking know!
And neither do I.
Then why are you yelling at me?
Because I just want to be right, and I just met my dad.
Oh my god, they are related.
Oh, it was so
flashback to
beautiful.
Varo. Oh.
I'm dying. That was beautiful.
I just had DM flashbacks of Varo. Ouch.
I love everything about this. Everything that this is my favorite. He just kind of sighs and runs his hand through his hair and he goes, "Fuck, wait, did you just call me your dad?"
No, I just said you are a dad.
You called me your dad.
You're not my dad.
Yes, I am. Look,
You're-
I was there when you were conceived. I'm your fucking father, dude.
I don't want to hear about that right now. Well, you haven't been here, so you can earn
Because
that
I
title.
couldn't find you.
You can earn that title, sir. Also, why is there a plaque that says a ship called the Forget About It? That doesn't make any sense.
Yes!
Don't worry about that. Don't worry about that. I'll tell
Forget
you.
about it!
Just forget about it.
What?
Get about it.
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. That's not the point. Look.
Forget about it.
Oh, Christ, this is beautiful.
Where have you gone off to?
Oh, our comms are on.
Her comms, yeah.
Click.
Yep.
If it was on.
Her comms were briefly on there for a minute, yes. Just for shits and giggles, and because it would be Vyri.
You guys hear the whole conversation.
Yep.
I'll let that be canon. Anyone that's listening in on comms heard it.
Oh, I was. I'm looking out for you currently.
Yes, I thought we would I thought I was able to actually get through to say, hey, where are you?
Nope. As soon as she heard the voice, she would have clicked it and turned them off.
So on the other end, you just see Del look away like, a bitch.
Alright, no, at least she knows she's with her father, I guess? Jesus Christ. What's going on over there?
I'm the only daddy around here. Gets his gun, starts going after him.
Yes.
That's a
I-
Del thing to do. If
I
I've
am
ever
surprised
heard
it
it.
comes over the comms. Probably the usual chaos that happens around her.
You know, that's probably true.
Rude.
Truth. It's true, though. Jesus Christ.
Is there any way to actually track Fury, now that I'm thinking about it?
I think, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think Ven has the actual
I don't think you
coordinates.
could just go ask Ben.
Ven has the coordinates of where they're at.
Yeah, Ben knew where she was going the whole time.
Ben-
She just hasn't said anything.
Okay.
She's in
so
her room.
But Ben probably
gonna get on
heard
comms with
this.
Ben. Ben's gonna get on comms
Just
with Ben and is like, alright, do you know where she is? And should we worry about it?
I say let her just figure this out on her own. I know where she is if she gets into trouble. Then we can
Alright.
go.
Alright. Del, you're grounded.
So wait, so technically Mira did hear everything that they were talking about, right?
Oh, yep. Mira heard it.
Well, and to be real, I was probably going to go talk to her while you were doing this, in case there is something that goes down and Ven has to rush out with Mira in tow.
Okay.
Then she's ready. So I don't know how you want to time that. But it was going to happen within very, very soon, if not already happening right now.
Okay. Yeah, we can continue.
It took her a while to find it, right?
Yeah.
Did you say it took her a while? Yeah.
It took
Yeah.
her a bit, so there would have been time for that. But after this conversation, we can go.
We can rewind. Yeah.
Yeah, do the rewind time thing. Meanwhile,
Let's do the time warp.
Oh my gosh.
meanwhile, in about a 5-minute walk away at the Peachy Cane.
see,
I love it.
he's not wrong. Anyway, fuck. God damn it, this is all over the place.
Surprisingly not my doing this time.
No, it's not.
It's really not. I
No,
love it.
it's just I'm partially in Vyri headspace, and this is weird.
It's a trip.
It's a fucking
Really
joke.
is.
But yeah, Varo just kind of rubs the back of his neck and he goes, "How the? Wait, hold on. You're a Jedi?"
She just kind of points to the robes. You're very observant.
And you're a smart ass like your mom. Got it. When
He reacts weirdly to that one. What's her name, by the way?
you ask,
never-
please hold. I have to go back to
Senriel.
Senriel. Thank you,
I
because
was about to say it too.
I couldn't fucking remember how to
Remember
pronounce
neither,
it.
And I have to remember it also.
Yeah.
It had to be a beautiful name, guys.
It's a great name.
Is the
It's a great
best
name.
name ever.
Thank you.
You see his expression soften, and he goes, "Senrail."
It's a beautiful name. I didn't know either one of you guys.
I know.
What did he even... Is Vyri even my name?
Yeah. That was your mother's idea.
Okay. Cool. Kind of see her, like, grin a little bit. So, technically my name's Vyri Rin, then?
Technically, yeah.
I guess it's better than Vyri Yara.
Vyri, the Jedi Mandalorian. And he just kind of smirks.
Yeah, that's weird. Mandalorian?
Yep.
Yeah, but okay, so we have a Mandalorian, like, that's on the ship, and, like, I don't look anything like him.
You have two.
Dude, I don't look like either one of them. Sorry. The one's really new.
Let me guess. Let me guess. Bulky types.
Yeah, like, you know, muscles where you can't, like, they can't move their neck unless they move their body. Yeah.
Excuse you.
You see? You see Varo
Tear
just
like
kind
runs down Sev's face and he doesn't
Like,
know
damn. That's
rude.
fucking harsh.
Alright.
That's fucking harsh.
You see Varo, your dad just kind of look down at himself because he's pretty well built. Because, yeah, something like that. Not every Mandalorian looks like they were on steroids.
Just most of them. At least all of them met. I mean, you look more quick than strong anyway.
Try to be. Your mother was more built like you. Short.
Fun sized. Thank you very much.
Oh my
I
god.
relate to that on a personal level. Oh. Thanks for calling me out, Michael.
Fun
What?
size.
I had a best friend through 8 years of my schooling. That was literally a foot shorter than me. I had so many rib shots when I called her short. Or put my arm on her shoulders and arm rest.
Cries
Fun
at
size.
5'2".
Became official.
Cries at 5'2". Anyway, he just kind of smirks at you and he goes, "Yeah, my boyfriend's dying." He goes, "Yeah, not all Mandalorians look like that. We're a different breed. That's for damn sure."
So are we like the Mandalorians that look like we haven't seen the sun in like 20 years? Because like I cannot tan for the life of me.
That you can thank your mom for.
What does that mean?
She was fair skinned like you. Actually, you look like the spitting image of her. Though the hair colors are a little different.
Oh, well, yeah. I've ruined my roots. You wouldn't know.
Nope, I would not.
Cool. So this is great. Not sure what I'm supposed to do with this now. I didn't know you existed till today. Honestly, I didn't think it was real.
How'd you find out I was here?
Oh, shit, that's a story.
Eye contacts and all that.
So I had a best friend that grew up on Coruscant because I was stuck at an orphanage. It was really front for a bounty hunter guild and a smuggling guild. So I became a smuggler. It was planned probably to be a bounty hunter, but then I had a friend named Yara. But then she betrayed me because she wanted to be a Sith, but I didn't know it at the time. And then she just goes through literally the whole story of the Peachy Keen up to now. And so now she's on the ship, and she just told me that you're alive on the planet, and I'm here.
He is just kind of staring at you during this entire thing.
Hours later.
Basically. He goes, oh.
I imagine like the whole C-3PO like version of like events, like, and then they went like,
Oh, 100%.
with accurate
very
sound.
Accurate sound effects, of course.
And then Del and Sev caught the lightsabers as we were fighting Yara.
Oh, that was such a badass moment.
That was a badass moment. You can tell that he is listening, but he is kind of amazed to hear about this. And he goes,
She probably embellishes her side of like being a Jedi just a little bit.
Understandably so.
a little
Yeah,
bit.
like one time I even like threw like my own gun to my Jedi Master so well that he used it, and then I came through flying with flashes of my own, saber skills like a week after I learned it. I didn't drop it. I'd never drop a lightsaber. It like rehashes all the stories.
100% fixes it to where like she is the best Jedi apprentice ever.
Oh yeah.
Then caught the gun and it saved her life. She used
Dead.
it
Yeah.
for like 10 minutes after.
It
And
was
she was
great.
like, "Wow, I almost might change to blasters, but the council might not like that."
Jesus Christ. Yes. At the end of the story, he's just kind of nods and he goes, "Shit, you've been through the ringer."
Yeah. Actually, I really have. I mean, it got me off the planet, and I'm probably better off than I would have been. Actually, way better off than I would have been. I've met a lot of good people, actually. But we are fighting someone that can do a lot of harm. And if there's anything you could help to do that, or information you can give us, it'd be really helpful. Not that I'm asking you to come along the ship, because the last time we did that, it didn't turn out so well. But just saying.
Yeah, I can.
Oh.
I can.
Comes her off with this one.
Just a feeling Io has at
Doesn't
this
affect
point.
the numbers.
We are just attacking my man today.
To be fair, I was attacked also.
You were attacked. It's true. Yeah. He goes, I can see what info I can scrounge up. Do you and your crew want to meet somewhere to go over it?
I don't know about that yet, actually. Not that I am embarrassed of you or anything like that, because I'm not. Whatever. It's not like I knew you before today. But
Come on, I'm a cool dad. What the fuck are you talking about?
stop.
Stop.
No, the one that I told you didn't get saved from the governor just lost her kind of adoptive parents, and I don't know. It just feels wrong.
Then all the more reason to put a gun to his head.
Maybe. He's also someone really important to Ven. I told you about Ven. Obviously, I told you about Ven. So I'm hoping he has a way to be redeemed like Yara will be. But her Jax and Joseph are from here, if you knew them. Actually, you and Joseph had really similar arms. Did he make that? Do you know him?
He kind of pauses a moment, glances at his arm, before he goes, I did.
Yeah. Yeah. You're not meeting Mira. That or you're putting a long shirt on.
I mean, I've got long shirts if need be, but I get it.
Yeah. So we'll see. I'll let you know. I gotta talk to Ven. I mean, do you think you can help? That's really the only reason I came out here tonight.
Yeah, I think I can help somehow. Besides, I want to. I owe you that. More than that.
She hides a small little, like, curl of grin on her face. Well, you don't owe me anything. You didn't know where I was. I still don't get how I got to Coruscant, though.
I wish I knew. All I know is you were taken from us, and we tried to find you, and somewhere along the way we got led on a wild goose chase.
You know, the governor's still out there.
I know. And you see him just... his jaw clenches, and you can kind of feel a flicker of the anger come through him briefly before he kind of calms down. He goes, I want a piece of him personally.
Maybe you can help us take him down.
You call me and I'll come running.
I should probably get your number.
Idea.
Possibly. He chuckles. And then he pulls up his data pad and sends you his personal information.
Well, I'm sure they're worried about me.
Along with a photo of a
Aw.
younger Varo, a beautiful woman who looks just like you, and a small infant in their arms, and a little family photo.
Oh,
I'm not crying, you're crying.
That's adorable.
And the toddler, the baby, is holding a small, like, little stuffed Mandalorian.
That Mandalorian the ultimate, because that's like, he did like some really like bad shit, right? Like history, like in hindsight, that looks really bad.
No, it's just a generic Mandalorian.
Oh,
Look, sometimes we elect stupid people into power. It happens.
I don't know if Vyri would know any of that. Anyways, thank you.
Thank you for seeking me out. I'm glad to see you're alive and a kick-ass Jedi.
So he has a mask. So he has Beskar armor that he wears, and he has the mask piece of her armor is what he uses as his mask now. And it got retrofitted into his like chest piece. But I would assume in this instance, like where he's not really using it as much, does he have it like up somewhere as like a almost like an honorary place to like remember her?
Yeah. There is a little like stand like up on the wall with that armor piece, as well as you glancing around notice his copy of the same little family photo, and that's kind of like his in memoriam type wall.
Yeah.
So you do see that.
I was gonna say, because she probably have that helmet in the photo, right?
Yep.
Is that hers?
Yeah. That's hers.
It really is beautiful. Anyways, anything else you want to know of me?
Nothing that can't learn in time. I'll let you get comfortable in telling me about you. I may be your father, but I've only just met you today as an adult. I think we should have some drinks and talk when we can. But you got
I guess
some.
you're alright. As long as you're paying.
I think I'm fucking awesome, but you know, you had to get it from somewhere. Then it was your mom, but
Damn, you really are my dad.
yeah, and you're really my fucking kid. And you just kind of see him smile with pride as he says that.
Yeah. Well, she like puts up the robes like an official Jedi. I will be reaching out to you then. Soon. And I don't know, may the force be with you or whatever. And she just like goes up and gives him like a half hug, like really quick, and just like taps him, like, you know, like does like the whole like half hug and then just lets go. Like, anyways.
He will give you a
No!
yeah, he will give you a hug back.
Half hug?
It's a one-armed hug,
Yeah, okay.
but
Just as awkward as the others.
Yeah, I was about to say. Yeah.
No, that's very Varo. That's Varo.
She like puts up her hand for the force push, thinking it'd be like a Del or Seb hug, and then it's like, oh, okay, this is fine.
Yep, it's 100% just the one-arm hug. It's not the bear hug. It's like, oh, okay.
She goes to like walk out, and then turns and says, by the way, we should definitely spar sometime. I really want to see the lightsaber in action.
His grin just grows, and he goes, "You're on, kid."
Cool. Also, the street vendors here really suck. There's a rat dog one right around the corner. Just really bad.
Yeah, don't eat any street vendor food. You don't know where it's from or who it's from.
Yeah.
He also visibly shudders at the mention of rat dogs.
Very much so.
Yeah.
Are you kidding? The rat dog vendor's Io's favorite vendor.
God damn it, Io!
Probably Io's favorite vendor now.
And Chumpus
I don't need another
would totally
Chumpus.
get along. Yeah, but at least Io doesn't kill the vendor every time he meets a new one.
You know, that's fair. That's fair.
Does
Anyway.
he? You don't know what Io does
That's true.
Or at least he doesn't do it in session.
Right.
that we know of.
We've
That we
had
know
a
of.
serial kill at the end of every session. From Trumpet.
Why
and no one
kill
else
the
knows.
vendor? I can get rid of the food.
He's actually stupid, just so you know.
He's actually
It's,
stupid. Got
it's,
it.
it's quite a fun time. Yeah, Varo brought him to like the
This
some like
raunchiest.
buffet raunchy thing at the under part of Coruscant. And he's like, "Oh, we're friends now," and then just came back later and just murdered him. And I was like, Jesus Christ.
The owner! Bury the owner!
I love it. So I take
but
it that
anyways.
Vyri leaves after that.
Yeah, beer leaves.
Okay.
Awkwardly saying goodbye and it go on exactly how she planned. No, I'm just kidding. Better than she thought.
Yeah. Exactly as planned.
100% exactly.
Love it.
But she'll actually message the crew, just saying I'm on my way back. Does anybody need anything
Okay.
or want to meet up anywhere?
So
Good
several
drink.
just replied, "If you want to go out for drinks, I can be on my way. But I also made food for you also when you get back."
Yeah, I'm super hungry. Actually, the vendors suck here.
He's like, please,
I
God, real
feel that.
food.
I got you. Make your way back.
Nothing
Boo.
wrong with the food. I text back.
Just
the
because
group
you're
text.
used to it.
I love it.
The food is fine. Get over your sensibilities. Jeez.
Get off your high horse, damn it.
I love it. Okay. As that whole thing was happening, then you had wanted to talk to Mira. So
Am I muted now? I'm just paranoid all the time.
Oh,
Okay,
you're
now
good.
I'm muted. Well, hi. Hi, everyone. Hi. Yeah, so I think kind of how the day had gone, like they had gone shopping, then had helped Mira meditate, and then after she left, I think that's when we did I can say the in-character chat happened when I talked. Through my force bond to Isaidus, and then after that, I think that was like Sev had made dinner and was like, "Where's Vyri?" And then they were texting. So after that happened, then she would go and find Mira wherever she may be.
Mira is back in the back compartment of the Peachy Keen, using the parts that we picked up at the store to repair a lot of things on the ship currently.
Okay. How does she seem like she is doing?
She is so more reserved than she ever was beforehand. Her eyes are not red and puffy like they have been. But you get the sense that it's probably just because like she has work to do, so she's focusing on work instead of anything else.
Okay. All right. So, she just kind of like knocks on the door frame.
Man,
Hey.
hey,
How's work going?
we're getting there.
Good, yeah. It looks like you and I are doing a lot. Working really fast.
Well, don't know how long we have until we gotta leave from here, and gotta make sure the ship's ready to go at that
True.
point.
True. Well, I mean, make sure you rest too, though, okay?
Of course.
You need to. Okay. But thank you for doing all this.
Well, I mean, it's my job though. To help keep the ship running.
Yeah. I still appreciate it, though.
Well, thank you.
Mm-hmm. So one thing that has kind of popped up as we've been finding out some information from Yara is that there may be a relative of Vyri's that's alive.
Really?
Yeah.
Well,
I mean, I'm sure you know, right? That she thought that she didn't have anyone.
Yeah.
So, I guess he's on Nar Shaddaa. And she's just like looking at her for her emotions. If she looks like she's upset, then she'll go one direction. If she looks like she's okay, she'll go another direction. So,
It's hard to see her face because like the top half of her is shoved inside the engine compartment right now. Uh, but uh, but I mean, like she's almost seems to pause, I guess, for a second whenever you start talking about other people's family and
mm-hmm.
them being on the planet.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I wasn't sure how you would feel about it, if you wanted to come along to meet him or if you'd rather not. I know that Vyri has, when she found out, I think her first thought was of you, and she didn't want to cover up your loss with something she'd found. Does that make sense?
I understand. And I don't want anyone thinking that they have to be miserable because of what happened to me.
Yeah,
That's not something that a real friend would do.
yeah, exactly. I knew you would have that attitude. I think you've always been very mature in that way. And you'd be able to, I guess, separate that. But yeah, I think she just didn't want to hurt you more. She was worried about it.
She climbs out of the engine to actually look at Ven. I want good things to happen to her. I want good things to happen to everyone.
She like smiles at her. Yeah, I know you do. Well, being present around, I think the family, I think it's her, I don't know if it's her mother and father. She said she was at a house right now. Is being present going to be hard for you, or is it something you want to be there for?
I think I will stay here and try and finish the repairs on the ship, if that's okay.
Yeah. If she runs into trouble, I might need you to take a break, but I don't think she will.
If
I
she
really
runs
don't.
into trouble, then we go out and we help her.
Yeah, exactly.
That's that.
Exactly. Perfect. Okay. But, I mean, I don't know. I think she might have her own emotions, so when it comes to finding people she thought she lost. And I'm sure you worked through your own with your mother.
Yeah.
Did you?
I think I'm still working through a lot of things at the moment.
Yeah. Did you feel like getting to know her helps fill in some of those gaps for you?
It does. And if Fury has this chance, I think that she should take it.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. And Mira, I am glad you decided to meet her. I know you didn't want to, but I think it was really good you faced that.
You never know how much time you get with someone.
Yeah, you're right.
Right? Heart with that one.
Yeah. You're right. Well, all right. Well, we can be on standby for her, and I don't know. Maybe if Fairy's working through her own emotions, I might send her your way. You seem to be more of an expert in this than I am. She kind of smiles a little bit.
Mira gives a half-hearted smile that does not reach her eyes and turns back around to keep working on the engine.
Okay. I'm gonna go wait.
Oh, poor baby Mira.
I know. I guess actually before I leave, I will ask her if she needs help with anything. Not that Then will even say, not that I know what to do. If there's anything I can help with, let me know.
It's okay. I got this.
Okay.
Normally, Ben goes into the first column. I just want to point out she went into the third column this time.
I think I've had a bunch of numbers in both columns.
True.
in both of them. I don't know what I'm doing to be so opposite back and forth, but
I remember everyone else going into that third column, and then you just like catching it up in like one go at one time.
yep.
I think I was only gone into the first column that I'm aware of. I could be.
Yeah, I was
The
only in the first
numbers.
column. The numbers. What do the numbers mean, Mason?
Jesus Christ.
Watch, guys. It's gonna be like something really little. It's like just the costume change when she leaves the planet.
The next thing Amira's fashion. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, I know they're gonna be big.
Yeah. It is about that time that you guys get the message from Vyri that she is on her way back. And eventually, Vyri, you return back to the crew.
She goes up to the cockpit. Ow! She looks up. Vent. Damn it, Ioten!
I was fixing something in here, alright?
She leans up into the vent and just puts up 5 rat dog sticks.
They're just like gone, like they're snatched and disappear into the darkness.
They smell disgusting, Io. Oh my god. And she just starts walking away.
Man, you don't know what you're missing.
And then if she's able to sneak by without seeing anyone, she's gonna have
She's gonna what?
Head back to Mira. If she's able to sneak past the rest of the ship without being noticed. Yet.
It depends on where everyone is, honestly.
I know Seb probably saw her coming back to the ship because he's on the top of the ship.
Yep, he'd be watching out because that's what Uncle.
I mean, I think everyone was like literally waiting for her, so I don't know.
I mean,
I don't know.
maybe Del got caught up in an argument with Legion.
Makes sense.
That does happen a lot.
Yeah, I mean, if you
valid.
stop her, she'll stop. But she was once she gave that to Io, she was probably starting to head back to the back of the ship.
Vyri.
Hey, Del.
Del's like looming over Vyri at this point. Why didn't you tell me?
What, did I outrank you now and I'm a Mandalorian?
1, experience outranks everything. 2,
I don't think that's how rank works.
does in Mandalorian terms. 2, I kind of learned you're a Mandalorian from when, Yara blurted it out.
Yeah, but we don't know if that was true or not. I thought it was true. Everything she said.
3, you gave me a panic attack. I thought you were taken.
I told Ben where I went.
You told who?
Ben.
Like I was going to get a straight answer from Ben.
I mean, she would have told you I was fine. And you called me on the comms. The comms are open. You could have tracked me until I closed them off.
Yeah, you closed them.
Yeah,
I called to ask if you were okay.
which means you could
Didn't get
track
a
them, and I was
response.
fine.
You literally closed them the second after I called you.
Yeah, it was like really in the middle of it was like a bad timing in the conversation.
Just tell me where you're going next time, and if someone's going with you, or if you're going alone.
I didn't really know I was going anywhere specific. I was going for a walk at first.
Right.
I just turned into finding my dad.
How was he?
It's okay. Seemed like a sad guy, but an okay guy.
And what about your mother?
I guess she died a long time ago. He didn't want to talk about it.
That's unfortunate. But at least you know now.
Sure.
Oh.
I was gonna fill you guys in on a little bit of that. He might be able to help us with Sai, but he could definitely wants to help us with the governor if we ever want to change our attention on that as well.
I think the governor does need a visit from the Peachy King.
I agree. I'll fill you guys in soon, but I wanted to go talk to Mira real quick.
Alright. I'll be in my room, I'll get my gear prepped.
I don't think we're going right now. The ship still needs repairs.
I know, but it's always good to be prepared.
Sure.
Alright, go on, off you go then.
And Del, the armor you have, and this is actually something I don't think Michael has really paid attention to because he hadn't cared about Mandalorians before now. Is your armor more of like a Mandalorian Beskar or a Republic Mando? Or like
during the war, I didn't earn my Beskar. Didn't have time to. It's like a coming of age thing, the more battles you go through, the, more pieces that you'd get to your collective armor, but the, during that war, we kind of had everything taken from us, so I never really got to have that armor bestowed upon me, but I did find some sources who took me through that little ritual, and I got my armor about a month ago. That's pure Mandalorian Beskar.
It's really cool.
I can make you your own armor if you'd like.
We'll see. I'm all about being super quick. I feel like that might slow me down, but maybe.
I can make it light. I can even integrate into Jedi robes. Had a few designs in mind.
That'd be kind of cool. I'd like to learn more about it eventually. I mean, for sure. But she brings up her data pad, and she actually had taken a picture of the armor that he had. Do you recognize this symbol? And she points to a symbol which would be a symbol of Royal Guard of Mandalore the Ultimate.
Yeah, I know that symbol. I know it well.
What does it mean? Is it good or bad?
It means and represents one of the highest honors that a Mandalorian can ever accomplish. And that's being the right hand of the Mandalorian leader at the time. I'll work on something. Some sketches. And then I'll get Mira to help me out because she's definitely going to want to help improve the basics that I make.
Well, I guess I figured out what my mom did.
Yeah.
That's her mask. Her helmet.
Dell sort of tips it. He sort of tilts his head a bit. And there's a look of recognition in his eyes. Oh, I'll see what I can do.
No worries.
Yeah, go on. Go talk to Mira. I got some work ahead of me now. Thank you for keeping me occupied.
Yeah. Even if I don't wear it a lot, or depending on battle, but I think he can duplicate that helmet like hers. Just something I could have in my room.
I'll try my best.
Cool. Anyways. Alright. Thank you.
Dell's going to basically watch her run off to go for Mira. And he puts on a shirt, a sleeveless shirt. And to anyone who's walking around the ship still, you'll see him wearing a very primitive blacksmithing apron.
Nice.
Save!
Yeah, what's up?
Fucking hell. Dude. No. Fucking Delwa. Sneaking up on me and shit.
I gotta keep you on your toes. What's up?
I need a forge. A Mando forge. We can make one, can't we? Get a few scrap pieces together around the yard.
Should be done. Should be able to be done.
Perfect. Let's see if we can get some of the droids to help us out in the field.
Yeah, we're gonna need it.
Yeah. I've got a little request from Vyri. I've got a little work to do.
All
Also,
right,
if you could, Try to find any source of Beskar here. Make sure it's Mandalorian grade. Don't want that shitty secondhand shit. Not for what I'm doing.
That's gonna be pricey, but sure, I'll start looking around.
Mirror is the economy, so pricing is not going to be something to worry about.
I mean, he's
Yeah, I don't-
not wrong.
I'll make sure to
Super
run it by
curious.
her first, though.
I'm super curious to hear the latest total because I think it was at like what 4 or 7 million the last time I heard. I'm sure she's made it even more by now.
Oh,
It's way more than that because she transferred 4 million over to Ven one day for just like random reasons. It was for like negotiation. So
The stockbroker. Now.
oh no, she did 8 million and Ven gave Sioran 4 as a starting point and he didn't ask for more. So Ven just has 4 million just sitting in her account like I don't know what I'm ever gonna do with this, but okay.
Think of that interest, though.
Right?
shit. Anyway,
I know. Just a little off interest. Anyways,
Sev is now off to find whatever Beskar, pure Beskar, that he can find.
What was the last total that you had heard?
I have no idea.
I think
It was
8
way
million.
more than it was like I thought it was way more than that because like didn't we
That's what she
drain
gave you. Yeah.
Because I
that
have
girl's
the
bank
total.
account?
What's the total now?
I believe he is putting it in chat. Ah,
That's
there
the
we go.
total.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
Only a little bit over 4.5 billion. It's
Yeah,
fine.
that's I
692 million.
Jesus.
653,625.
Yeah.
Why do I feel like our characters in campaign 2 are gonna be like considerably poorer?
Probably
No,
will
they're
be.
gonna be born into richness. Like they're gonna be like the annoying kids that have
No,
money.
no,
because their
Mira's
parents
kids are going to be born into richness. We're only using Mira's credit at this point.
That's true. That's true.
The Mira's gonna have kids.
Also, that is also true.
You guys could very well start off poor in campaign 2. I don't know. We'll see.
I kind of expected at this point. Which is
Only
how
one
it's
of you
treated.
assholes
Bjorn?
has their kid, character made out, so.
Xiorn and Iris will make sure their kids have the best ship.
I'm just saying, I don't even know who Seb's with, who would be with at this time, so. Meh.
And I don't know if Vyri is like Varo and his mom. Maybe she already has a kid out there she doesn't know about.
It's a little disturbing.
I
if she
would
doesn't
think-
know about
I would think that she would know if she had a kid. I would just like to throw that out there.
I mean-
phoned her. You don't know. It's Star Wars world.
She could have lost her memory in a fight.
Yeah, it's possible. Everyone loses their memory in Star Wars, right?
Varo doesn't even know about his wife right now.
Right now, yeah. He's only cutting glimpses of his wife in memories, doesn't know who she is yet.
But yeah.
It's gonna be great.
So, yeah.
But yeah, Sev, you go out, and yeah, it does cost a pretty penny to get
Oh,
real
I
Beskar.
figured as much. You're talking about pure Beskar from Mandalore.
It's gonna be approximately 2 million.
Vyri hasn't even asked for it. And Dell's like, okay, Vyri asked for all this, alright.
There you go.
the
No,
dad of the
Del didn't
group.
say that. Del
He
didn't
did.
say that. He said Vyri asked for armor, so I'm going to give her the best armor he can. None of that Scar shit. Proper shit. Good shit.
None of that Beskar.
Yeah, she said she
even
didn't want
has to.
armor.
She didn't even ask for armor. That's the funny part.
He was like, "Do you want armor?" She's like, "Yeah, I don't know, maybe not really right now, though." And he's like, "Okay,
All
Vyri
right,
wants
heard
some
you loud
armor. We're
and
gonna go
clear."
make some for her."
Affirmative. I got you, wink. Like, wait, no, alright. You do whatever you want. Yeah,
I
she
mean,
said yes. She ordered me
Better
do
to
it.
have it, not need it.
I mean,
Oh,
yeah.
I'm not complaining. Michael's happy to get Beskar armor in both campaigns, but
I just want to say the pic I sent in pics is that's Dell's outfit now.
I dig
Oh,
it.
Jesus.
I dig it.
And that's as big as he is, I think, at this point.
that's funny.
That's
Um,
hilarious.
But yeah, you,
That's
Vyri,
Why?
go You go back to talk to Mira now, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, unless you had something else planned for anything else.
I really did not at the moment, no.
Knock, knock, knock. Knock, knock.
Oh Jesus!
And
Hey, Mira.
hey, Vyri.
So, became very aware that apparently my comms were on about halfway through the conversation. Did you hear anything?
A hand comes out of the engine and points over to the table, and you see where Mira's comms have been just sitting on the table this whole time.
Cool. All right. Well, so, all right. So, you know that I went to go meet this guy that I've never met before. Turned out to be my dad.
Mhm.
I don't know if you heard, but I guess apparently I was taken from them and I was supposed to have gone to the governor. But did.
I'm glad that you didn't.
I'm really sorry that you did. That I wasn't there with you.
I would not wish the governor on anyone.
No, I know. Hence why I'm here. Well, there's a lot of things I'm here for, actually. Um, so apparently he came looking for me, thinking I was still there, which kind of makes me really sad because I wish they had done something to free you and everyone else. But anyways, I mean, things happen the reason they did. And I'm glad that I still met you. I don't know if I would have ever met you if things had been different. I know I'm bouncing around here, I'm sorry. But I'm really sorry I haven't been here for you. Lately, I just haven't known what to say.
There's a lot going on right now.
Yeah.
There's only so much that anyone can do in situations like this.
Yeah, but I gave you my promise. And I still intend to keep that. I want you to know, regardless of Yara being here or any of my intention on her, you're still my priority and you're still my family. You're my sister, friend, and I gave you that promise early on that I'd protect you. And I've done a really bad job of that lately.
Still here.
Yeah.
So you can't have done that bad of a job.
Um, so there's two things I wanted to do for you. One, I think my dad or Varo or whatever. It's weird. Anyways, I think he knows a lot of information about the governor. And if he wanted to take him down once and for all, I think we might have an opportunity to. If you want.
I would like to stop what he's doing to others.
Happy to. Second, you know I'm here if you ever want to talk about them, right?
No.
I know it's not easy being back on Nar Shaddaa, and I haven't been able to take it off my mind. This is the first place we went since I left Coruscant, and you're the first person I met that I fully trusted, even before then. And it's thanks to the two of them. I was wondering if you wanted to do something special for them here.
I would. But it's not ready yet. And when it is, I would ask that you help me get everyone to go at the same time.
Yeah.
I feel like the family that I have now should be there whenever I say goodbye to the family that I've lost.
I wouldn't want to be anywhere else by your side.
Thank you.
And she'll flick over some info from her data pad over to hers. I don't know what you're having planned, but I picked up this lot right down the street from where I met you. It's empty, and you can do whatever you want with it. I don't know if you have something planned or if you want to build something that does good, their name there. I don't want the things
Wait, is it it's an actual lot?
like an empty
just
lot. Yeah.
Okay, so it's an empty lot. Got it.
It's like
Okay.
that, like right around the corner from Joseph's garage or Jax's garage. Sorry, I was getting.
Got it.
I don't want them to be forgotten or overlooked, and their memories altered by the bad that others have done. I mean, we're all capable of bad, but I know that they cross the line. And I want to help you do something that does good in a way that shines out more than the bad. And I want you to understand, even if you don't ever see things the same way I do, that's why I'm trying to save them. It's because I don't want them to do bad to anyone else, and I don't want to turn as bad as they've been. And if anyone else here on this ship ever did anything bad, I would never give up on them. Just like I can't give up on them. And I felt really bad about that. I just want you to know and understand why.
I understand. I can't say that I always agree. But I do understand. And I'll respect that.
And thank you. I just didn't want you to think that I was betraying you by fighting for them, or that I wasn't ever not fighting for you. And you actually see like tears rolling down her eyes.
Yara will set her tools down and go over and give Vyri a hug.
Like the biggest hug back, even though you have grease all over you, you nasty little girl.
Mm-hmm. And with one thumb, just wipe away a tear and go, I know y'all are here for me. And Mira is not going to tell Vyri about the grease stain now on her.
Yep.
I love everything about that.
Yep.
Yeah. She just stays with her for a while. And kind of just helps her whenever she needs. She'll just grab tools. Just not even talking, but just being there for her. Being around her. She hasn't spent much time with her since Yara's been here. Unless she tells her that she wants to.
Just working on the engine. Just, yep, get all these parts installed.
Everyone will
Nice.
just stay and help her until she tells her that she wants to be.
Nice to have someone who can actually see colors helping out with fixing the ship.
Yeah, she probably tells Mira that she saw with some wires up in the front end that might need to be fixed later.
Oh god.
You'll know them because they have rat dog grease sauce on them.
Okay.
Cleaned his hands before touching them.
One can only hope.
Right. Okay. Well, let's go ahead and take a quick break before we launch into Ven having a little chat with Yara.
Alrighty.
Bum-ba-da-dum-bum-bum-bum.
Gonna punch her. No.
I know, right?
You told us the truth. Whoop-pop!
Yeah.
Told us the truth.
You've done nothing but been good, and I can tell that you're trying to fight with the light side, but you shouldn't. Whoop-pop!
Or more like, you think that you're a really good actress, but clearly you're not. I just wanted to let you know.
Or the Batman, like, pop on the table, like, start with the head. Dude.
Don't start with the head.
Okay, 5 minutes, is that what you said? Okay, I'll be right back.
I should really make a beer back screen for Star Wars.
You should, but it's cool. It's fine either way. I don't. It's like I was thinking about having one, but there's like I don't usually have us take a break. I feel like I should though.
You really don't, do you? I just noticed
I
that.
don't. We just go all the way through.
Team Kitchen with the resub. What's up, buddy?
4
What's
months.
up?
Dang.
Keen. Keen. How you doing, buddy? We're just on break in between our game. We're having some emotional scenes today. I literally got... It's funny that the tears didn't roll at all earlier, but they rolled on that last one.
Right? Oh, my heart.
It's... Vyri surprises me so much. Like, she's been so awkward and, like, avoiding Mira. And, like, really putting her energy and focus into Yara because, like, she doesn't want to accept the fact that, like, all this bad stuff that's happened and then wants to, like, make some good out of it. And it's like, not wanting to talk to Varo, but somehow during that conversation, she like just clicked of like the different ways she hasn't been there for Mira. I think
Right.
especially just this idea of like I could have been there with Mira and gone through that with her, and I didn't, and that sucks.
Yeah, which I think now what you're doing, or at least what Vyri is doing, is good. Is good for both of them.
Yeah, I hope so. Let the tears. Yo, I build my characters and cry.
My God, man, it hurts so much.
Which I haven't watched My Hero yet.
I haven't watched My Hero either. I have to watch it.
And I can't even watch it when I'm like not my scene because I'm streaming and y'all would hear it.
That's also true.
Michael, what are you doing? What? Huh?
What?
Nothing?
What? Well,
Like, what is happening?
Deku!
I came back at a weird moment.
Yep, yes, you did.
Me too.
All I hear is Michael do some weird, like, I'm assuming a Japanese impression.
Shoto!
Oh man, that Shoto scene was so good.
It
I
was
still don't
very
understand
good.
why you cried though. Unless this is the newest one.
So,
Is there a
no,
newest
I haven't
one?
watched the newest one yet.
I haven't watched the newest
Okay.
one either.
So, because like it's so much his story and the struggle this whole time of like I'm not going to use that side because of what my dad did to me and my dad issues and like I'm going to be my own person, carve my own path. But then realizing that it's all of a sudden this moment of like, his dad's now for the first time trying to do it the right way. And
Yeah,
change it.
yeah.
So it
No, I
wasn't-
like all that stuff. Yeah.
So that part, but it was when he was like digging deep and being like, I'm now going to accept the other side of me, even though it's my dad, and do good with it, like, and go, like, anytime they go beyond their limits and just get emotional. But I mean, that like resonates really much with me because it's just like, I hate my dad. I've taken a large chunk of myself and been like, I'm not going to use it. I'm not going to be this way. My dad, this reminds me of my dad and what he's done and the bad he's done. But then it's just like realizing like, no, I'm actually cutting off who I am or not. I'm just like not accepting the fact that I am just who I am, and you got to accept that and not hold yourself back that way. Even though you can choose to do better with it. So it's just a really good moment. And like, and plus the art, whenever it gets like super epic, crazy.
Yeah,
good.
no, the art was really good. I don't mean to say it wasn't like a meaningful moment, because it was. I guess it wasn't like a cry-worthy moment, but I get what you're saying, because like in the Rise of Skywalker, like despite all the flaws that movie has, every time Luke is telling Rey, like, basically, like, your blood doesn't define you, I like bawl, because it does the same thing to me, where it's like,
Right.
I don't, your what's people have done in the past in your family doesn't define what you're gonna do. And I'm always like, oh my gosh, I needed that. So if that's one of those moments, I get why you might cry, because I do. For
My
things
hero
that
always
most
gets me
people
to cry.
wouldn't.
It's just and sometimes it's outside of that one episode too. It's just the ongoing like depth of Deku. It goes back to that theme of being a nobody and willing to will yourself into being somebody. Even though they have powers now, it's like all of the powers in My Hero Academia are all related to their willpower and also flaws that they have, right? So it's like a combination of how well can I counteract the flaw and weakness in my power and overcome that by being better. And I just love that theme because like that's what I love doing in D&D, and this is something that's like developed over all my characters. They have an inherent flaw or weakness, and learning to in game have them slowly overcome that and push past. Like Vyri has a hot head and like a quick temper, but look at like what she just did with her dad and Mira. Like that's not something she could have done at all in this way at the beginning of the game.
Oh, for sure not. Yeah,
Like,
I love the growth.
I mean, we literally met her blasting a dude's arm.
We did. We went from that to this, which is so good.
Fuck yeah. I mean, like, yeah, she would have fought her dad at some point. Like, she would have been really mad. She would have, how dare you, like, not understood his side of things, not been willing to open her heart or anything.
Yeah.
Or even realizing, like, the little things of, like, because I know, like, lately it's, been about Ben and stuff like that, but then thinking about it, like, no, Mira was the first one she fully trusted over Ben. Ben probably later on became, like, her rock, but...
She tested Ven a lot more, I feel like.
She did.
She pushed back against her a lot, and I feel like they're, like, basically the first half of the game was anytime Vyri would do something wrong, she'd think, okay, this is when Ven's gonna leave me.
100%.
So I could totally see why Mira would be the first person she trusted.
Yeah.
Because, yeah.
Ben was the one that's earned her trust through fire. Mira's the one that reminded her of Yara, and then when Yara betrayed her, it was nothing of Mira's fault. It was just strictly, well, that means everyone's gonna betray me, or Mira's gonna turn this way to, like something like that. Like, it was just throwing everyone in that same basket because she's so immature about it.
Mm-hmm.
Even I.
Yeah.
Oh, 100%. 100%.
Oh my gosh.
I remember telling Rachel that like Ben's the only one she trusts now. She's like, "What do you mean?" Like, she's like, "No, she doesn't trust anyone else on the ship. Not to betray her at some point. Like, she's just pushed everyone outside of a circle because of what Yara has done. Nothing because of what they have done. And maybe like people's interactions with her maybe have changed, like how far away she's pushed them. But like after that break when she went to the temple, like everyone was out. Like there was nobody in except Ben at that time.
Yeah,
and
she even pushed out Revan too.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
And
I mean, to be fair, Io still is like keeping everyone at a distance.
Mhm. So slowly people have come back in at different moments in time. Like Seb just came right in and be like, "Hey, I'm in the inner circle." Like, I'm not an outer circle guy. Oh, okay.
We'll give you hugs here.
I mean, he went from the back of the line to the front of the line real quick.
Pretty much.
You're in charge. You're a leader. Say what? All right, I like that. Keep on talking.
Keep on talking.
I mean, the fact that she's rolling with it. I mean, yeah, to troll Del, but like kind of half believing it in herself. Like, you're the first person that's unabashedly made her feel like she's actually like she's not a shithead. You know what I mean? Like everybody else, even included, have been like, "You're doing well," but like, come on, Vyri, like really? Like there's just been all that like, fine, like you're messing up again, like whatever. So he was the first one to be like, "No, you have worth," and like believe in yourself because I could see it. I was just like, "Oh shit."
Okay. But yeah. I mean, just because if it's like, talking about it, just like with Sev, his character has always been, what's the good in people and how do I bring it out?
Mm-hmm. He's a good leader. Makes sense why he's Delta lead.
Yeah, I feel like every time Sev has an interaction with someone, like he wins points in my head. He's climbing up the ranks.
And
Sounds
then Io,
pretty damn good at it.
and then Io just shoves them in a cargo hold.
Right.
Aww.
And I was just like, nah, you're going to sleep here.
Still one of my favorite things.
Right.
So good.
I had fun with that.
I think Sev's biggest point he won was last week when Del basically was like, "Ven, you tried your hardest and everyone still died." And then Sev's like, "I'm getting real sick of you."
Pretty much.
Saying that stuff. And he just like totally shut it down. And normally when Del goes off, usually people just try to calm him down, I guess, when he says mean things.
Mm-hmm.
And which is fine, but I think Ven really appreciated that it was like, no, stop.
If they appease him, they don't confront him.
Yeah, it was more just like, that's unacceptable. No. And Ven like really appreciated that.
Well, with
in
that,
her
yeah,
heart.
I'm glad she appreciates that, and a lot of it too was like when we were still on the Starforge, right? Sev tried to calm him down, but he wasn't having it. So I'm just like, all right, the next time you pull some shit like this, I'm just gonna lay it out. I'm not gonna try and calm him down. I'm just gonna call him out on his shit because he seems to respond to that better than just calming.
Yeah, for sure. Especially from Sev, probably because they were in the same boat in a lot of areas. I would assume.
Yeah, that helps a lot too.
Yeah. Is everyone back?
I'm back. I never left.
For the most part.
So beautiful.
I'm really frustrated because I was looking at this Snapchat story. Not that I'm ever on Snapchat often, but one popped up where it was like pop therapy, and I thought it was like those pimple poppers. And I was like, yes!
No, I hate those!
Oh, God.
But it wasn't. It was like just chiropractic pop therapy, even though the picture looked like, the other one. I was like, oh, false advertising.
False advertising.
Yo, pimple popper all day.
I get ill.
I have a friend who constantly sends me those videos because she knows I don't really care. She's like, oh, Lucy's the only one that I can share these with because she doesn't get grossed out by them like everyone else. I'm like, well, I kind of get grossed out by some of them, but honestly, I'm like, yeah.
Whatever.
That's okay, Angie. You don't need to eat food for the rest of your fucking life.
No.
Sorry.
Sorry.
Also lit. Why pimple popper?
Like,
I mean,
I only
sometimes-
yelled at you guys in the chat, in Discord,
other
that I was
stuff.
eating. But y'all decided,
like-
no, she can starve herself to death. It's okay.
It was like in Mark's stream the other day when I was trying to explain a really gross Junji Ito comic I read, and Lit's like, I'm out. He just left. So
And
like,
we're good.
Which comic was it?
it was the short with the grease. Do you know what I'm talking about?
I think so, yeah.
It's horrific. I've never felt so nauseous reading a comic that in my entire life.
And on that note,
Welcome back, everyone.
yes, welcome back to the bullshit. So yeah, now that everyone is back, and I am never gonna eat again for the rest of my life. Yeah, let's get back into it. So then you wanted to have a chat with Yara. And when you go to the brig, you will find Yara sitting on her knees, hands on her thighs, in a meditative thing. She still has, the shackles on and everything, but she is very clearly meditating when you come to her.
Cool. What's our mood? We have that on again.
We have that on again, okay. Her mood is eager and I would say almost satisfied and just almost calm as well. It's kind of alternating between those three.
Okay. That's interesting. Okay. So I would go. Does she seem to react when I come into the room, or?
You get the feeling that her consciousness recognizes you entering, but she's still kind of doing her meditative thing. You get the feeling she's just waiting for you to say something before she responds. She's not greeting you, but she's not also lashing out or acting any which way. She's just
Okay.
chill.
She's chill. So I'll probably like sit on the floor across from her. Like not very close, but just so it's eye level. And I will say, how's meditation?
You see her lips kind of twitch into a little smirk. Her eyes still stay closed, though. And she goes, not as bad as I thought.
Not as bad as you thought?
I mean,
you thought it would be bad?
You know, having time to think to yourself when you're not exactly the nicest person in the galaxy. Not exactly fun, but it's not bad.
Any interesting conclusions?
Her lips twitch again before you see her seeming to force herself into a neutral expression. And she goes, well, your husband is not terribly happy with me. But I don't care. And that's new.
This is a recent thing? How do you know, I guess?
Just like you with Vyri, Isaidus and I have a bond. I think it's that whole master-apprentice thing.
Interesting. So he spoke to you?
No. And she lifts a hand to point to the 4 Stampners on her. You can't really reach me. It's just a feeling.
So he's mad. You can feel he's mad.
Oh yeah, he's not happy.
Yeah. Yeah, he's not. I think he's mad at a lot of things right now.
That's a way to say it.
Tends to happen when everything you've banked on goes wrong, and deep down you know it's not even the right thing.
Well, he thinks it's the right thing.
He's convincing himself it's the right thing. There's a difference. Sometimes there's layers of denial.
Oh, I'm not disagreeing that he's wrong, and that's not the best thing. I'm just saying. He thinks it is. It's his own, I'd say his own skewed view of the world.
Yeah. Well, no, that's my point. I think there's a part of him that knows it's not, but it's very deep, buried. I could be wrong, though.
Well, your husband has layers. All Sith have layers, unfortunately. And, let's just say it gets more and more rotten the deeper you go.
I'm sure. So, you feel alright though, despite knowing that he knows?
I'm not bothered. Thought I would be. Thought I might have been afraid, but I'm not. I'm actually, eager to stop him.
Do you think it helps too that there's not much of a way to go back to him now? It's like it's cut off.
It's not so much that I would have wanted to go back as coerced,
Yeah.
but it does help to know that I've got a barrier. That helps a bit.
Yeah. So if you want to help stop him, is killing him on your agenda?
I wouldn't oppose. I would like some payback for everything he's put me through. But you're not gonna be too happy if I killed your old hubby. So, whatever happens, I'd prefer to eliminate him. Your family seems to disagree, but as long as he's stopped, I'll be fine with it.
Motion check!
You can sense that she is actually telling the truth there. She sincerely would like to get revenge on him, and you do feel that flare of anger and fear come from her, but you kind of sense that with all this meditation and talking that has been doing, she is sincerely okay with letting him live. I mean, her preference is to kill him, but she'll concede whatever it takes to stop him.
Well, I'd appreciate that, Yara. I understand why there would be a want for revenge or a paying back, but a lot of times that only ends up making the soul more rotten, like you said, anyway. Doesn't really help. My hope is if I can get him to come back to the light side, we can spend the rest of our time righting the wrongs. Seems more productive than killing him at any rate.
Her eyes kind of open and she looks at you and she goes, "That's fair, but you do understand that I am a Sith. I'm supposed to kill my master. That's how we get stronger. We cull out the weak. And to be honest, he might be physically strong, but mentally he's getting weaker by the day. He's losing it."
Do you really feel like apprentices killing their masters truly makes someone stronger? I mean, it's a thing that's taught, but have you ever questioned it?
I don't know if it does. I never really thought about it. I was pretty content just being the apprentice, but now he's got to go.
Mm-hmm. Also, I mean, strength comes in a lot of different forms. It's not just power. Endurance is a form of strength, keeping going. Compassion to enemies is another. I'm sure already a lot of the teachings that the Sith have taught you have not been all that was promised.
Not everything that I wanted it to be, but I am stronger than I was back at the orphanage. That's for damn sure.
You are. But the strength the Sith promise will only get you so far. And I think there's a part of you that realizes that if you came here.
Maybe. I mean, honestly, I only came here because you guys are the best bet to stop him. Even if you guys don't know it yet.
Yeah, why would you say that we're the best bet to stop him? There's a lot of things out there. Far more organized.
She just kind of knits her brow and just kind of looks at you and she goes, "You're serious? Do you really doubt your crew like that?"
I don't doubt them. But we are only a few in the midst of armies that he's built, so.
Revan and Malik were only 2 people. They went against the Mandalorians and kicked their asses.
They did.
Even if I don't understand it or agree, you have the same drive. You're do-gooders. You're fixers. You're the good guys. And when the bad guys, and she vaguely gestures to herself, start to win, that's when the good guys, she'll vaguely gesture towards you, knock them down a few pegs. I will say this, Isaidus did have one thing right. Balance is everything. But eliminating both sides is not how you balance it.
Yeah. Yeah. There's a lot of things he's almost right on, but just skewed enough that it goes a very different direction. One towards destruction. So, I agree with you. I'm glad you're here.
She just kind of looks down at the binds that she's been in. Granted, they're loose and she can move around and whatnot. But she looks down at them before she looks back up to you. And she has a very faint smirk. But it's not that cold smirk that you've seen. This actually looks warm and eerily similar to Vyri's shit-eating grin. And she goes, the digs could have been better, but it's alright.
Well, don't tell that to Io. He'll feel very personally insulted.
Yeah, I get the feeling this ship is his lover or something. It's kind of weird.
He's very possessive of it, yes. Protective. Yara, I was going to ask you, when we were talking earlier about Vyri and about what had happened to her when she was a child, you had mentioned some Jedi had rescued her, correct?
Yeah.
I got the sense that you knew who it was, but you didn't want to say. And I didn't want to pressure you to say it in front of everybody, so I figured I would ask you when it's just you and me.
Her expression kind of fades, and she actually looks sad. And she goes, did Vyri tell you about the list of Jedi that we were supposed to get when shit hit the fan?
Yeah.
The same ones that Isaidus eventually went and killed, and I killed.
That's what he used the list for. Yeah, okay.
That list was the one. Those Jedi are the ones who saved Vyri and a number of other kids, but I guess they couldn't find Vyri's parents and turned her and several others over into the orphanage. So I killed the people who saved my best friend.
Oh shit.
I can see why you wouldn't want to say that.
Yeah.
And you regret it?
She looks like she's mulling it over, and you feel like she instinctively wants to say no, but a better part of her, the honest part of her, comes out, and she goes, after finding out who they are, yeah. That's the one thing I never wanted to do. I never wanted to hurt Vyri.
Quick clarification, because I came back in kind of late to that. So this wasn't a reaction to her finding out that they saved her and out of jealousy killing them. It was, this is what I was told to do. I found out later.
Precisely.
Okay, just making sure.
Yep.
Cool.
So, you're okay with tricking Vyri, but you just didn't want to hurt her? Is that kind of how that whole thing went?
Essentially. Never hurt her, so. Could have.
Yeah.
Could have found her at any time, but.
Right.
No.
Well, if you'd like me not to say anything about it, I can keep it private. But it might be good for you to tell her at some point. Not even for her sake more, but for yours.
How in the hell is she gonna forgive me for killing the people who saved her life?
She's forgiven you for a lot already, right?
Which is weird, but yeah.
Vyri has a depth and a strength to her character that far outshines many I've met. I don't think you need to doubt her love for you or her loyalty. Especially if it's something like this that you truly regret.
I'll tell her eventually, but there's more important things you guys need to focus on.
You're important too.
She pauses at that and she looks at you, and you could just feel the earnest confusion as her brows just knit together and she's just looking at you like you just spoke a totally different language.
It reminds me of when Vyri was first her Padawan.
Oh no! Guess who chose the best master between the two of us, huh?
When she sees like the confusion, then says a little something about me, Yara. I don't tend to say things I don't mean.
Truth. She just continues to look at you for a moment before she goes, I haven't really heard that in a long time.
I'm sorry. I wish she would have.
Wow. That's the hand I was dealt, I guess, but thank you for saying it. And she's just like acting like Vyri with the hugs. Like,
I don't know how to act. Yeah, Yara, I know you don't know us very well aside from Vyri, but just know if you need someone to sort through any of this, I'm here. There are other things that can be taught that may not align with Sith teachings, but inner peace, working through that rage storm that seems to always be there, all that. I can show you if you want. And if you just need someone to listen, I can do that too.
she kind of lets out a little scoff. But you don't get the feeling that it's like she's scoffing at you. It's just kind of like a humored thing. And she goes, wasn't I supposed to be earning your trust and not the other way around?
Could go both ways.
It's fair. I appreciate it, Ven. Honestly. It's different being here and not... Well, she kind of looks away, but she gestures to her abdomen.
Mm-hmm.
And just kind of trails off, letting the rest of the sentence kind of hang in the air.
Yeah. I'm sure the atmosphere was not good. Well, I'm happy.
No, it was not good.
if... Yara, was Sai ever good to you? Was there even a moment?
At first, he was like Vyri. He was kind of like a sibling to me. It's how he treated me at first. But over the years, as things got worse and you didn't come running back to him like you had thought, and years of constant failures, it started.
Hey, Ange, quick clarification. Was she a Sith, like, when she was with Vyri, like, before the Peachy Keen crew even joined up?
Yeah. She had just kept it hidden from people.
And then we had the fake out death and all that stuff kind of in the middle of it.
And then Peachy Keen.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay, thank you. I didn't know if she was going to say anything else. I just wanted to make sure I got that right before I...
Has she ever mentioned how long she had been it?
She said earlier years.
Yeah, it'd been
in our
years,
conversation.
But she didn't specify how many.
But, like, we haven't even been together a year, like, all of us, so...
Yeah.
Like, Sai, bro. Minors? Really? Like,
Jesus Christ.
Just saying.
I mean, to be fair, that's the entire Jedi Order.
Fucking facts.
Like, everything.
Touche.
But yeah, she just kind of goes, eventually it got to the point where I didn't react to the sabers much anymore.
Was she gonna keep going?
No, she just kind of stops at that point.
He pushed it further than that.
Yeah. Give me just a sec. Sorry, supper was being plotted. Anyway, she goes, yeah, he took it out on me a lot, but... And she just kind of shrugs her shoulder like it's nothing.
Yeah.
But you do feel a lot of pain from her. Emotional pain, like she herself was betrayed.
Yeah. And I mean, honestly, Yara, I think I didn't help matters. I hid for a long time. I had hoped that it would make him forget about me. And I was afraid that I'd make it worse. So I'm sorry that my lack of initiative contributed to you. And really contributed to a lot of this, but it's you we're talking about right now.
It's not your fault. I mean, I hated you for a long time because of him, but
She just smiles, remembering their first conversation. Hollow thing.
Yeah. Fun times. She goes, I honestly couldn't stand you. I'd almost dry heave every time we mentioned you, but you're not that bad.
I'm sure the speeches did not help you like me very much. I understand.
You see her nose just wrinkle, and she goes, at first it was kind of cute and endearing, but then it just got, like, stalker vibes.
Yeah.
It was kind of gross.
Yeah. I don't want to say this to the others too much, because I'm in a bit of a balance with them, but I think you'll understand. There's a lot of monologuing and over-the-top romantic gestures when I was with him. It was exhausting. And she just sort of like smile grimaces.
I mean, if you don't like those things, then just let me know, dear. Jeez.
She did like 40 times. Just didn't listen.
She goes, yeah, that has not changed. But, I mean, at first, you know, he painted this picture of this utopia and, you know, a family for me and shit like that. And then he got hyper focused on you. On just you. And, you know, maybe if he forgot about you and moved on, he'd give it up. I mean, he saw a few. And she just kind of pauses a moment, like gauging her reaction before she goes on tentatively. Saw a few people, but that did not work.
She just goes, I know. At this point, I assumed that it's probably more than I thought. If he does turn, all of that emotion and anger I'll deal with then.
Well, as long as you know what you're getting into. But you know the first chance he gets, he's going to try and kill your crew, right?
I do. I'll do what I can to make sure it doesn't happen. I can't confidently say that I'll be able to anymore after last round.
I'd also say watch your back with him.
Any particular reason why? Or reason you say that now?
I may have this thing on, and she kind of points to the force dampener. But even I felt that wave of anger. That's something I haven't felt from him. And I've been by his side for the last few years.
Yeah. I am guessing mostly at trying to bring him back. I asked for it. I wanted to know what he really felt. Maybe someday you will see how I really feel.
Maybe.
But we'll see. His feelings of betrayal may turn into wanting to kill me. I don't know. I'll just take it a day at a time. I know that I'm trying to bring him back, and I know it may look foolish, but I can assure you I understand what he's capable of. And I'm operating with as much caution as I can.
Well, as long as you know what you're getting into, but... I will say, and you get the sense that she's, like, struggling with herself on continuing to say things, but she goes, I hope he doesn't try to kill you. You know, for Vyri's sake.
Of course. She just kind of gives her like a small smile. Like she knows.
Yeah.
Me too. But we'll see. Like I said, a day at a time. I'll see if I can keep chipping away. But in the meantime, do you need anything? I think we're trying to work out a few plans, and then we can figure out where to go next.
Just tell me what you need me to do. Like I said, I actually plan on helping you guys.
Yeah.
Wouldn't mind, and she gets a little smirk. I wouldn't mind picking on the, big guy again. He's fun to rile up, but...
Oh, yeah, you know exactly what to say to get him riled up.
How can I say? It's funny.
Just be careful. He does have his limits.
Yeah, I'm not gonna let him, strangle me or anything, but...
Well, I wouldn't either. She, like, starts to get up. All right. Well, you're with us. And even if Sai does know, you're under our protection now, too. Okay?
I will try to behave as best as I can, but, if I get enough trust to get this thing off me, and again, she gestures to the force dampener, I'll, make sure you guys, live.
Good, dear. And she will leave.
Okay. Yara will just go back to meditating.
Da-da-da-da.
Vyri stands in the shadow out in the hallway grinning ear to ear.
To me?
Other way that she went. Kind of like she was like, because Mira and her were done. Mira was leaving to go look for you. So she was heading that way and kind of stopped in the hallway on the other side where you would have been. Just listening in at the end of that.
Oh, at the end there.
I'm not sure how long she's been there. But
How awkward.
she's just grinning.
Hi.
I didn't know you were in here.
Why are you smiling like that?
Seb told me a funny joke. I was gonna bring Yara food.
Oh,
You
yeah,
guys are
sure.
done.
It was hilarious. What was it?
2 Mandalores going to a bar, and you have to be Mandalore to understand it.
Oh, I see. So you find out in a day that that's your Mandalore, and now you can get all the jokes. It's a nice perk.
It makes sense. I'm pretty awesome anyway, so.
Hey, are you doing okay with that?
Even though no one has told her that she's a Chani as well, she's been trying to dig for it.
Yeah. Come on. Did it go well?
Went better than I thought. It was okay.
I didn't think you'd go so soon.
Neither did I. But figured rip a band-aid off as quickly as you can. Plus, if you had any information that can help us, I want them to know.
True. He seemed okay then. He was good to you.
Yeah, actually. Yeah, I was gonna catch you guys all up.
Sure.
You guys wanted to listen? But I think Mira said she was looking for you.
Oh, okay. I can go find her. Yeah, come by sometime and tell me more if you feel like it.
Yeah.
I'd like to know.
Oh, I figured I'd tell most of the crew. It's
Sure.
relevant information, I guess. He was apparently the governor tried to take me.
Oh, yeah. I think Yara had mentioned that.
Yeah.
So it is confirmed then.
Mm-hmm. Still don't know how I got to Coruscant though. He doesn't get that.
Well, Yara mentioned it. Do you remember?
Did she in the other conversation?
She did, yeah.
Oh. There's a lot of things being dropped. I forgot.
I mean, yeah, you were very emotional. I understand. There was a group of Jedi that had taken issue with the governor's actions, and so you were rescued. But apparently, they couldn't find your parents, so they just placed you in Coruscant.
Obviously didn't finish whatever they started with the governor.
Well, they were killed.
Oh.
Oh my gosh, sorry. Mark's getting out the air conditioning. Oh, you're being quiet. It just confused me. I didn't know what was going on.
I like that he's whispering. We can hear him. That's fantastic.
Io, it's fine. If you're taking out the AC unit in the ship, you don't have to whisper. It's not like we're talking about anything private.
I love it.
Oh man. Sorry, what did you even ask?
Well, if they They didn't stop the governor, but had enough time to bring me to Coruscant.
Sorry, you cut out at the end question.
Well, I was just saying, you're to get me, but failed to stop the governor, but were still successful enough to get me to Coruscant. How'd they die? Are you saying they died in the assault on the governor?
I don't know the timeline very well of it. But
I love watching you try and skirt around the truth.
she... What?
I love watching Ben try and skirt around the truth.
Oh, I know, right? I think she'll just say, I think Yara knows more about it. But she isn't ready to talk about it.
I gotcha.
But she... And we're away from Yara, by the way, like...
We're like talking about her like right in
We're
front
like
of her.
not like right outside her door. We probably went to like the kitchen or something.
Horsepower knock her out real quick.
Right.
Yeah.
But
No, but she just says I don't know. She seems to understand her role here a little more, I guess. And by that I mean that we would value her as a person. So we may get more openness from her as time goes on.
yeah, she seems to be doing pretty good.
Isaidus does know, though, that she's gone and that she's with us.
It was a matter of time.
It was. He's mad. So we'll see what happens.
Let him calm down.
She does kind. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, you do a good job of letting me calm down before talking me down.
Yeah. She sort of smiles a little bit. She says, "It did sort of remind me of a couple outbursts in the past. I mean, obviously his is way worse, but there's a lot of raging you had to do before you could finally see. And that's okay. Everyone needs to do that sometimes." And she kind of looks at Vyri for a second and she goes, "I'm pretty sure he saw the same thing that you saw."
Huh?
Do you remember your futures?
I thought we said we're not talking about that.
What, we're not talking about it?
Well,
Why did
like,
we say that?
like the stuff that we saw in those dreams, like.
No, not that one. The
Like
other
when I
one.
kissed him. Oh wait, what?
I love it. I love everything about it.
Vera, you've had so many more beyond that. I don't know why we always keep circling back to that one. And
Okay, I'm sorry. I had a dream the other night that he had his hair down. I mean, just like.
oh my gosh.
I
I just can't decide. It's either hood up or hair down. I mean, it looks good either way. You chose a good one.
I can't.
You have now killed Rachel. Good job. Rachel is dead now.
I sent him my snippet of a conversation with Dee, how we were freaking out about his hair being down. Calling me out. Yeah, so she says, no, the one where you saw that one of them might turn back to the light side.
Right. Yeah, that one that didn't involve anything. But okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
Well, I thought we're choosing not to believe in that.
Well, we aren't. But the fact that one exists out there is a testament that things have changed. Does that make sense?
I think she squints her eyes as if she's thinking really hard. Sure.
You may not remember this, but a few months ago, Revan said she saw nothing like that. At all.
Sure.
Are you not tracking with me?
No.
I think the more we engage with Yara and Sai and talk to them and try to draw out the parts of them we know are there, the more we change the current trajectory of where things are going.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's all I'm saying.
I think you guys told me that from the beginning, that these visions aren't set in stone. And they can change.
Yeah. I guess it's nice to see some evidence of it. Instead of operating on blind faith alone.
I mean, my whole journey on the Peachy has been blind faith, but sure.
Yeah. Same.
You're not wrong.
No, really not wrong.
The whole crew just like comes out of different vents. Oh, Peachy Keen. Da 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 da.
Episode end. Roll credits.
It somehow turns into like an episode of like the Brady Bunch or something.
Oh God! With how many people and the cats that are on the ship, it could be done.
Mira, Mira, Mira.
Oh my gosh.
Dale threw a football out my nose, and now it's flat. What am I gonna do? I'm supposed to meet my dad tomorrow. I watched a lot of Brady Bunch.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry.
Oh my God, Lucy.
Anyway.
Oh yeah, but she just says, I don't know, it's just nice to have a little bit of hope at least.
Yeah.
But anyway, he saw it too.
I have all the hope.
Yeah.
Well, I think it's going to work out either way. I know it is. And hopefully, Yara being on the ship will help us get to Sai in better ways.
Yeah.
I'm really hungry, though. I'm going to go make food. I think Mira's waiting for you, though.
Yeah, sure. She like puts her hand on her shoulder though. She's like, I really don't think I could do this without you. So thank you. And then she leaves.
He flashes.
Blushy, blushy, blush.
Just like waves it off. Too many mushy things going on today. Ah.
If Vyri goes to the kitchen, she will find a plate of food already ready for her.
Ah!
Oh, she's gonna help with dinner. She's gonna help Seth cook.
It was dinner a long
That
time
was
ago.
that finished. What?
Good job.
It was actually dinner by the time we realized you were actually gone, and we wanted to go look for you, but
True.
yeah.
So unless Mira had something important to say in meditation, I don't know if you just wanted to roll for it or if you wanted to do something, but I have something that's going to help her. I realize that I have for actual rolls. I'm really excited about it.
I was gonna do the same thing that I had, discipline roll
Okay.
for Mira on another meditation thing if we were gonna be able to do it.
Okay. So yeah, I have something cool.
Oh,
Are you
okay.
ready?
Sure.
So I dipped into the teacher, like counselor teacher branch of Jedi powers. And so I got a lot of different abilities now that can help with other people doing things. So one is called Master Instructor, which means I can suffer 2 strain to allow an ally to use my ranks and discipline for the next discipline check they make.
Oh.
So basically it's like she's helping you meditate and telling you how to do it or whatever, and like cultivate the atmosphere so you can roll with my discipline roll.
Okay.
Nice.
Okay. So then, DM, question for you.
Mm-hmm.
Do I still use my willpower in it? I just use her ranks in it?
Oh, that's actually a good question.
I love how excited you were for that, Rachel.
I know, that's
I'm
adorable.
so happy for you.
That was so cute.
Go! Come on!
I think that you would use either hers or yours, whichever is higher.
No, I mean, but you're not.
So-
Or did I
ranks
misunderstand?
still is different than the characteristic that's used along with your ranks in the skill.
Here, let me read this thing again.
So, do I use Rachel's
Okay.
ranks in discipline, but my willpower?
I think so, because it says use characters' ranks and discipline.
Okay, yeah. So
So-
then, yeah, it would
5.
be that.
I
and then your
maxed
willpower.
that
Her
puppy out.
ranks, but my willpower.
Yep, exactly.
So, how many ranks in discipline do you have, then?
5.
5? Well, that's more than my 0, so...
Nice.
and my willpower is 6. So
11.
that's
Nice.
11d6.
Oh yeah.
Instead of 6d6.
It would have been the same if you used Vin, so. Oh, that was so good!
Ooh.
That's really good.
6. That's 6. Oh boy. Oh boy.
Okay. Mira, as you are meditating with Ven, you find yourself feeling a bit more at peace. A weight seems to kind of lift off your shoulders as you're just kind of, again, processing your emotions. You find yourself not clinging as much to the grief that you feel. And instead, you are starting to... Your mind kind of focuses on some happier memories instead of the loss and the hole that you feel. It's still emotional, it still hurts, but you're starting to process it enough that you're feeling more yourself the longer this goes.
Got it. Okay. Cool.
Good job, Mara.
Thank you, Ven.
Of course. Aw, her voice sounded so happy.
Stats have been updated.
They have. I see this. Love it.
What? Is there an extra one again? Okay.
They just grow. Yeah.
First time Yara has ever succeeded at the discipline check for this. So
Oh, fuck.
interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Yay.
Okay.
That's fun.
Oh, the numbers have turned tabletop.
And how the lazy Caesar just spins.
This is fun.
Okay. Cool. How much time is left on Nar Shaddaa? Like, do we really have a whole lot left to do on Nar Shaddaa?
We have to meet with Varo
At
and
some point, yeah.
potentially talk to, what was her name? Triss?
Yes.
Fish the dish. Why is there a fifth number?
Exactly.
I am gonna pester him about that later. There's at least another couple of days left on Nar Shaddaa. Pretty much your next conversations with either just Varo or Varo and then Triss, whichever, kind of ultimately will decide how long you guys are going to be on Nar Shaddaa. But by my estimates, no longer than 2-3 days.
Got it.
All right.
Well,
Hey.
that's what I wanted to do with Ben, so...
I think that is an excellent stopping point for today's session. So we will call it there and pick it up next week.
Cool.